We here at Mayhem Media
understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the U.S.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
Gotta fix the cameras first. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Call for the Bell, the prediction show for our very first AEW card that we're going to try and do this for, AEW Revolution. I am actually going to be the prediction specialist on this episode. So, and along to provide some color, we have Andrew Paletto from Popcorn and Whiskey. Make sure you go give him follow. Cheers. And being my guest host for this episode, I had to go with the man who, if I am the enforcer of the Four Horsemen of Podcasting, he is absolutely the Ric Flair of the Four Horsemen of Podcasting, and that is Superfly Johnny Lee.
Woo! Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you take over, and you're gonna take us through it.
Man, I gotta tell you what. This first match is a 6-man tag match. You want to know who's involved in this one, JD?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Before we go on, why don't we let everybody know what the pay-per-view is and when it is and what's going on with it?
You're right. AEW Revolution. Well, I did say the name. If you don't know, it's going to be this Sunday. I'm not sure when it actually starts, though. 7?
Yeah, pretty much 7 o'clock.
Pre-show, I think, starts at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And AEW stands for what?
All Elite Wrestling.
All Elite Wrestling. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Andrew. So make sure we get all the technical stuff taken care of.
That's right. Now, this 6-man tag match is going to involve Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong versus the Dogs, a.k.a. Clark Connors, David Finlay, and Gabe Kidd. Who you got?
David, I don't know if you guys know this, but you know David Finlay is Fit Finlay's son.
Yes, he is.
After he joined AEW, Fit Finlay pretty much disowned him.
Yeah.
right out there on Twitter for everybody to see.
And what's funny is that David Finlay basically went on and said, W's always using my dad's name. I don't make money off my dad's name, so you can't say that I do that. But his name is David Finlay. Go figure.
Yeah. And I think, now, I don't know. I mean, the Dogs, they could put them over. I think that would be, as a fan, and I told Superfly I was going to do this. I'm going to make a pick as a fan, and that pick may differ from who I think is actually going to win from like a storyline kind of a thing. Yeah. So I think, as a fan, I would like Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong to win because I'm fans of at least Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is one of my favorite wrestlers right now. So he's just one of those characters that are perfect. Very similar. He's a character just like one of the new guys, one of your new favorite wrestlers, Andrew, Danhausen.
Yeah. You are cursed.
Hey man, if WWE's smart, that curse is going to be something that is going to be feared.
They've been working it the last 3 weeks since he debuted.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If they're smart, yeah, absolutely. But let's not get into that too much because that's the other company. But you know how we all do it. We like to go off. So yeah, as a fan, I would choose Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong. But the new faction, the Dogs, if they want to really get them over, if they want them to start having some weight, then they're gonna have to win. So from a storyline standpoint, I would have to go with the Dogs. I think the Dogs are gonna win this one and pull it out.
Well,
I have to agree.
let me
Yeah.
throw this at you, and this is coming from a guy who does not watch AEW. Periodically, I might catch a thing here or two and see some highlights. I like Darby Allin. I'll tell you that. I like Darby Allin. I've heard of Orange Cassidy. Couldn't really say much about him. All the other ones, I have no clue who they are. But hasn't Darby Allin been gone for a while?
He was gone for a while. He broke his foot, and then after that, he had originally before he broke his foot, he originally was planning to climb Mount Everest, but then he broke his foot, so he was off for 8 or 12 weeks or something. And then he climbed Mount Everest.
Yes, he did.
And then the recovery time and everything from that, he came back. I want to say maybe it was 6 months. I think it was fall of 2025. I think is when he came back. September, October is when he made his return. Yeah.
Okay.
About 6 months ago.
So when he was gone and climbed Mount Everest, did AEW give their blessing for him to do that, or did they not?
Yeah. Yeah, Tony Khan. Yeah. He went to the top of Mount Everest and held up a big AEW flag.
Okay. So
That's right. It's up there right now.
Yeah.
Being said, has he been, and this is my lack of knowledge again, has he been in any major bouts since then? He's
been since then, because right before he went away, his hiatus, he was with Sting for over a year, and they had that tag run. So he's been kind of working to find his niche at the moment. He did a little thing with John Moxley. He didn't win the title. That was when Moxley was still champion just a few months ago. He didn't win, but Darby wasn't going to be the one that took John Moxley, knocked him off the championship pedestal. But he's been finding his niche. He's been doing some stuff now with Orange Cassidy and a couple of the other, like, what are they called? Johnny Lee. I don't know if you, the conglomeration, is that what they're calling themselves? Like a group of AEW wrestlers who are kind of like watching each other's backs against all the other factions that are in AEW. They're called the conglomeration, I believe. So he's kind of been working and doing some stuff with some of those guys.
So I bring all that up to say that, do you think AEW wants to give him a pat on the back and attaboy and give him the win for this pay-per-view then, because of all that?
That's possible, but Darby Allin is going to do it for what the story is. He wants whatever the story requires. He is complete. He's not a selfish wrestler. He's all for telling the story. So if they have the idea or the plan and it sounded good to him, I have no doubt that he likely just went right along with it.
And the Dogs, I feel like they need this win, because if you want to make a statement and make these guys seem like a legit contender, you need to have these guys go over Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, you do. I think if you don't, and that's why I picked them. That's why I picked the Dogs to win from a storyline standpoint, because if you don't have them win this, then you've really stalled out what the story's been building up. They've been attacking them, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin. They're getting beat up. So if they don't win, I think you're really going to stall out the Dogs, kind of whatever kind of momentum you've been building.
Especially after they just made a statement last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now we got on to the second match. We got the AEW Women's World Tag Team Titles match featuring the Babes of Wrath, Hardy Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross and Megan Bain. Who you think is going to win that one?
This is going to be one that I'm going to pick both. I think it's going to be both my picks are the same team. I'm going to have to go with the Babes of Wrath. I don't know if their time as tag team champions are done yet. They've been doing some stuff with Megan Bain and Lena Cross.
Yeah.
I don't know if now's the time. It seems like they've kind of been setting that up, but man, the Babes of Wrath, man, they're like, the crowds are standing, like they got it working. So I don't know if you could take the belts off them right yet, though Tony Khan does like to do that, but I'm going to say not on this pay-per-view. So I'm going to pick the Babes of Wrath, both as a fan and from a storyline standpoint. I think that they have to keep those tag belts. I would rather see Willow Nightingale lose the TBS title before they break up the Babes of Wrath tag team.
I couldn't agree more.
Who's
That's one of the
the?
teams.
I'm looking at the roster. Who's the blonde chick in the Babes of Wrath?
Harley Cameron. She is
Okay.
She's definitely one of my favorites in women in AEW right now. Probably right behind Tony Storm, but Harley Cameron's right up there. She's a character. She dresses up as all right. So there's a wrestler in AEW, Andrew, called Hologram. Okay, so she dressed up for a couple of weeks. She dressed up as a woman, Hologram, and she called herself Harley Graham.
Okay.
So she's a character. She's great at just being entertaining. That's why I really like Harley Cameron.
Okay.
And her and Willow Nightingale. Yeah, and her and Willow Nightingale are really great together. So I think you have to keep them going yet. You got to ride that momentum a little while longer.
Okay, I'm looking at her pictures now. Okay, I'll pick her. I like her.
I knew you would. I'd see 2 reasons why you would pick her. Right.
Oh yeah. Nice little body on that thing. Okay, yeah.
Also,
she's no Charlotte Flair, but I'll still, what the heck?
I guess if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got such a great singles match between Tony Storm and Marina Shafir.
Tony Storm.
No hesitation on this man.
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, now this is going to be one I'm going to split pick. As a fan, I would love to see Tony Storm win. I'm a huge Tony Storm fan. She's got the best women's gimmick in any company going right now. There is not a better woman.
I would agree with that.
Rhea Ripley can be close. Yeah. Rhea Ripley can be close, but there's no one beating Tony Storm in terms of character and gimmick right now. Tony Storm's the top. So as a fan, I want to see her win. And I want to see her move back up the ladder to be able to hold the women's title again, to be quite honest. But being that she's kind of been on the Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Roderick Strong side of this battle with both the Dogs and the Death Riders, I'm going to tie it to their match. And since I think the Dogs are going to win their match and beat down Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, I also think Marina Shafir is going to beat down Tony Storm, and I think we'll see a total wipe of the conglomeration.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think Marina Shafir, I think if you want to make her look bigger, have her dominate Tony Storm.
And she needs a win. Marina Shafir needs a win right now.
Yes, she does, especially after everything that's been happening. Moving on. We got Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. Big Bad Brody.
All right. This is one that's going to be the same pick for both here. I am not a Brody King fan, and Swerve Strickland is probably my favorite wrestler. He might be my favorite male wrestler right now, regardless of company. So I'm going to go with Swerve Strickland on this because I think Swerve Strickland needs the win to continue to bolster his thing. And also, I don't care about Brody King, and it's okay if his momentum stalls. I also don't think he has the momentum right now, and I don't think a win over Swerve Strickland, I don't know if it gives him the momentum. I know a lot of people are thinking, what are you saying? The crowd's all with him. Yeah. But some of the crowd, when you're in the crowd, it's easy to just chant for a wrestler that you're not going to cheer for when you're at home or buy any of his gear. I think that some of that crowd work is just crowd work and is not going to translate to anything else. So I'm not really a fan of Brody King, so I'm going to pick Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland, both as a fan and for story purposes, because I'm also a huge Swerve Strickland fan.
Hey, I am too. I mean, I agree. Brody King, he can have his time, but they haven't really built him up until now to go after the title. So why should I care for him to beat Swerve Strickland? Swerve is championship material.
And he should be a champion. He should be going back for the title again. And as we'll talk about later, he's one of the people I think who lost a match saying that he was never going to, if he lost, he was never going to challenge for the world title again.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about that a little later on.
That's right. Andrew, who do you think's got this? Brody King or Swerve Strickland?
I gotta go with you guys. I'll say Swerve Strickland because I don't know much about either one of them, honestly.
Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Swerve's house.
Well, he don't do that
Okay.
no more now. Now he's
Wasn't
stopped
Brody
doing the
King-
dance.
Wasn't he a good friend of the one who passed away a few years ago?
No, bro. No, you're talking about. Oh man, I'm totally drawing a blank on his name.
The one who used to be in WWF.
Yeah,
Brody
yeah.
Lee?
What? Brody Lee.
Brody
thank
Lee?
you. Yeah, thank you, Brody Lee. Yeah, he was. No, he was. I don't know if he was close friends with him or not. He was actually friends. He was with what do you guys know him in WWE as? Aleister Black.
Luke Harper.
Oh, yeah, Luke
Brody
Harper.
King.
Okay.
Brody. Yeah, Luke Harper was what he was in WWE, but Aleister Black is who Brody King was associated with in Ring of Honor and some of the other companies. They were the House of Black.
Okay.
And now he's back as Alistair and not Malachi.
Yeah, because he's in WWE. Yeah, and I don't blame him for
looking at
that.
his picture. I don't like him. I'll go with Swerve.
I like Malachi or Aleister Black. I don't blame him for going back to the WWE from AEW because AEW was not using him right at all.
Well,
So,
his wife is there too.
huh? Oh
His
yeah.
wife is in-
You know
Well,
what's
I mean,
funny
but still,
is
he
that
wasn't being used. He also wasn't being used right though.
Zelina Vega, the best breasts in wrestling.
well, I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
I mean, she's
I would.
cute, but I wouldn't say her breasts are the best breasts of wrestling.
I like her breastises. I like them.
Here's the thing, though. Aleister Black is basically playing the character that he was when he left WWE after getting fired and went to AEW.
Mhm.
So pretty much he's went full circle back to the character he started
Oh yeah.
before they fired him.
Hopefully, they use him a little better this time.
That's
Hopefully,
right.
yeah.
Moving on, we got Andrade versus Bandito.
They've really been pushing Bandito a lot.
Yep.
I don't see how, with what they've been doing with Andrade right now, that's how they could do that. So, or how he could how Bandito's going to beat him. So, I think there's a small chance maybe to try and keep the story going, but I think I have to pick as Andre El Idolo from a storyline purpose. I think he's going to win. And as a fan, you know what? I think as a fan, I would also pick Andrade El Idolo. I'm a huge Bandito fan, but I don't see. They would have to do some tricky stuff to make me believe that Bandito is going to beat Andrade.
Exactly. Plus, think about this. Since Andrade came back to AEW, they've been pushing him strong. He's only lost one time now.
They've been giving him squash matches too, where, I mean, they've really been treating him as like this arrogant, cocky wrestler who could just dominate. So I don't see how you're going to put Bandito over. I'm thinking maybe Bandito might be injured or maybe need some time off. And so Andrade is going to put him on the shelf, so to speak.
That's what I'm thinking too, because there's no way that you have a Bandito somehow get a win over Andrade if you want Andrade to go on looking strong.
I thought I remember reading something that Bandito might have gotten injured a couple of weeks ago, but I can't remember if that was right or not.
I think that I did too. I mean, I wouldn't put past Bandito to get injured. I mean, he moves like 100 miles per hour. Who you got, Andrew?
Well, I don't like Andrade for one reason.
Is it because he's got the babes?
No, because he stole my girlfriend from me.
Yeah, but he's not with her anymore.
Well, I
Yeah.
know, so I'm still pissed at him for that, though. 'Cause,
Wait.
It took
You
a
like
couple of years
Charlotte
away
Flair?
from me and her.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew is in love with Charlotte Flair. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
So-
we do got a guy that's in love with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, so I get it.
Oh man, Becky Lynch. Yeah, I like Becky Lynch too. But honestly, if I had to pick someone in wrestling that I'm in love with, it would have to be Dr. Britt Baker.
Absolutely, Dr. Britt Baker.
Plus-
But right now, we're
And
talking
Julia.
about Charlotte.
And maybe some Julia Hart on the side.
That's right. I do like Julia Hart. She is cute.
She's going to be great. Julia Hart's going to be great. She's going to be a women's champion in WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, anywhere she goes, and give her less than a handful of years, and she will be one of the top women wrestlers. We'll be talking about her for sure.
That's right. Moving on, we got the incredible match. I'm pretty sure that y'all like the Don Callis family. They're going to be taking on Jet Speed.
Taking on who?
Jet Speed, Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, and Mystico is now the third member of their team because Adam Page is facing MJF later.
That's right.
Shouldn't we probably shouldn't call them the Don Callis family anymore, right? So the Don Callis Empire, the Don Callis School Bus.
Yeah, pretty much.
As many people as they have, at some point that's got to go somewhere, and I'm very interested in that. I don't have a problem with super stables. I like super stables, but at some point it's got to go somewhere. So let's see where it's going to go. I think it's going that way now, and I think the Don Callis family, both as a fan and from a storyline standpoint, I'm going to pick the Don Callis family because I don't like the idea that they had them lose the belts just so that they could have Mystico join the team and then win the belts back. So I'm hoping that the Don Callis family just retains the belts and has a run. And I'd like to see this be the beginning of the Don Callis family holding every single title in AEW. That's where the story has to go at this point.
I have to go with you too, because no way should the Don Callis School Bus lose their trios championships back to Jet Speed after they won them.
Yeah, right after because they just lost them. They can't just turn around and give them right back. And if they do that, it's only because they wanted Hangman Page to not be a trios champion. Yeah. So they had him lose, and they want to put it on someone else with those guys. That's that would be really bad. So if unfortunately, I like Jet Speed. I like them as a tag team. But if they win this match, it's going to be. I think it's a bad story. Bad for the trios championships. It's just bad.
I have to agree, because no way do you take the titles off of Jet Speed just to put them back onto them after you've already put them onto Don Callis family. That does nothing for Don Callis family if they lose.
Well, I see, and I'm just looking at who's in the Don Callis family.
Yeah, there's 20 names or so, right?
Yeah, Andrade's in there, so I don't like him.
You don't like Okada?
I forgot Andrade was in there. He just picked him up. Yeah,
according to I'm looking at. I just Googled it, and Andrade's in there. Yes, I don't know. I don't like him.
Wow.
Wait. They brought him back into the family after they kicked him out. Wow.
Well, I'm just saying with who's part of Don Callis family, and it has a whole bunch of names, and Andrade El Idolo is one of them.
Yeah, Andrade El Idolo.
Okay. Andrade El Idiot. Yeah. Okay.
But it just shows that AEW want to push him strong, so maybe him being backside Don Callis family is just a way to keep him strong.
Maybe. I don't see that lasting long, so.
I don't either. Next up, we got the World Tag Team title match. We got FTR taking on Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Who you got, JD?
I think AEW has really painted me into a corner here because I'm a huge FTR fan, and I don't like them as heels. They're doing a great job, but I don't like them as heels. I don't want to boo them. I want to cheer FTR. So, on the other hand, they have me in a place now where I have to cheer the Young Bucks. I don't want to cheer the Young Bucks. I want to boo the Young Bucks.
Me too.
So, they have me backwards. They have me all discombobulated right now with this match. And I think, but I'm going to have to say, as a fan, I don't know if I can make a pick because I don't like either one of them right now. But from a storyline standpoint, I think if the Young Bucks are going to have a return, this has to be their return. They would have to knock off FTR and start a run with them or whatever. If FTR just beats them, then I'm not sure what the Young Bucks are going to be doing next. I don't see where they would go after a loss to FTR.
For me, I'd have to go with FTR because if you want FTR to continue looking strong, what better way than to have them knock off the Young Bucks, who have arguably been making a name for themselves for years on the independent scene. And ever since they came to AEW and they conquered the tag team scene, they have been looking the best at being tag team champions. So if you want FTR to look good, have them go over the Young Bucks at AEW Revolution. Right after they get back together.
Interesting point of view. On that one. That's very interesting. Andrew, what do you think?
I gotta go with FTR because I don't like the Young Bucks.
I don't
My
like the
man,
Young
if you
Bucks.
were.
I don't like the Young Bucks either. But from a storyline standpoint, I don't see where they go if they lose to FTR. I don't. What do they do after that?
Pretty much they'll have to
They
build
would
themselves
need.
back up.
They'd have to take 6 months off so that
Exactly.
people would want to see them again. So
Well, aren't
unless
they
that's
like
what
part
they
of
do-
the hierarchy of AEW?
they're executive vice presidents. Yeah,
Well, there
but
you go. That they can take time off and still get paid and come back and be strong.
That's
maybe.
right.
I think if they would do that, that would be
break
the
off.
only way. That would be the only way they would do it. I think that would be the only way they could do it.
Plus, I think you got to remember that they've been spending months upon months now without theme music. They spent so much time not being treated like the Young Bucks that we knew. So if they just actually pop back up as the Young Bucks as we knew and they beat FTR, what was the point of them taking all that time being downgraded? They haven't earned their spot. They're getting themselves back to where they was. So to me, I think that they need to take a break, build back up the Young Bucks name, and when they come back, they can come after the tag team titles that way.
Hey, we actually have a few viewers at the moment, so let me just take a moment and say we're going through the prediction show. We're almost at the end of the card, but feel free to leave your comment about who you think is going to win.
Welcome.
That's right.
Oh, Veronica's in the house, Johnny Lee.
What's up, Veronica? We love you. That's
Veronica from the Sloans. They have a couple of different shows under their banner. So make sure you go check them out because they are. You want to check them out? Just go check them out. All right, you just check them out and you'll be hooked.
That's right.
They have great content and they're nice to look at, and they know they're nice to look at. So it's okay that I say that.
Hey, Andrew.
Yo.
You talk about you like beautiful women. The Sloans are the women to go check out. I guarantee it.
The Sloan?
The Sloans.
The Sloans.
Where are they? Where can I find them?
They are on Facebook. They are
Just
on
search the
YouTube. They are
Sloans.
on Twitch.
I'll send you a link after the show. They're
Okay.
they're the fourth. They just joined the team. They're the fourth horseman of podcasting. But
That's right.
You should check them out. They are excellent. They are excellent. And we also have Jackson Pride. I don't know why the camera keeps switching the sides with you guys. I don't understand why it keeps doing that every time I bring a comment up. But Jackson, it's okay if you missed the show so far. We've still got a couple matches left to go.
Yep.
So leave a comment with who you think's going to win.
Yeah, trust us. There's a lot of good matches on this card that you could be commenting on right now to tell us who you think is going to win.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Veronica. We love you. Oh, Tori's also in the house.
Hell yeah,
Thank you,
Tori,
Tori.
we love you.
Tori and Veronica, go check them out. The Sloans and all their
That's right.
episodes.
And
What's
you
next?
know what? For the matches, we're now down to the final three, and these are some big stipulation matches. First, oh, hell yeah, Tori, we love you too. See that? This means a lot to us.
Yeah, 3 title matches coming up next.
Yes, we do. We got the AEW Continental title, no time limit match. We got John Moxley defending against Kananosuke Takeshita.
Kensuke Takeshita.
That's right.
Don't feel bad. I had to hear Excalibur say it 15 or
Yeah.
15
For
or
some reason, he's
1600
always
times
forgetting that,
before I got
that
it.
the U is silent in that though, because it's Kananosuke.
Yeah.
But I can't blame him. He's American. He thinks that the Suke is Suke, like how they were saying Naruto was Naruto.
Now, who
do you got
what's
in
the
this
match?
It's John Moxley versus Kensuke Takeshita for the Continental title.
Or as Sean used to call him, Takeshita.
Kensuke.
And okay, so I think this goes to the Don Callis family, and the Death Riders have certainly been clashing and battling. And surprisingly, this is actually the only Death Rider on the card. I think as a fan, I'd rather see John Moxley as the champion. I like seeing John Moxley as a champion. But if the Don Callis family, as we talked about earlier, if they're really going to do something with him, I think dominating the titles is the way to go. And I think this is would be a great way to give Kensuke Takeshita the Continental title back. So
That's right.
for the storyline purposes, I'm going to pick Kensuke Takeshita, and he's going to win. He's going to win the title from Jon Moxley.
Takeshita deserves the title right now. I can agree with that one. Jon Moxley, he served his purpose with it. Now it's time for Takeshita to take his time. Who you got, Andrew?
I'm looking because I don't know. I know Jon Moxley. I don't know this other guy, but the other guy looks like, according to the roster at AEW, it looks like he has 2 titles already. It says he's the AEW International title and the AEW World Trios Champion. So you're thinking he's going to have a 3rd title?
No, he's not one of the Trios champions. Okada's the Trios
According
champion.
to the roster, I'm just going by AEW roster right now.
That's because AEW doesn't know how to update their roster.
Yeah, they don't have to. They don't update. I'm sorry, honestly, but AEW does have a tendency to throw their titles around and hand them around to a couple people.
Yep.
So it's not surprising that their website isn't as updated.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, Okada's part of the Trios champion. Kensuke Takeshita is actually. Is he the international champion still right now, Johnny Lee? I'm not.
I think he is.
Kensuke Okada.
No.
Kensuke
Kensuke Takeshita.
I'm looking at Kazuke. Says Kazuchika.
That is Okada.
He's the AEW International Champion and the
Not
AEW
anymore.
World Trio Champion.
Yeah.
He's
Don
not
Callis
anymore
family.
because Jon Moxley is holding the belt that phased out that championship.
Well, I'll pick Jon Moxley because that guy's too hard to say.
Oh,
Okada's the international champion. Okada is still the international champion.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I was looking it up. I didn't hear you. I was looking it up. I was trying to read because it was complicated. So, yeah. Sorry, we were also getting confused with the Japanese names, and I needed to look at what I was doing. So, I'm still gonna pick Takeshita because I think that Don Callis family, I think they're gonna go on a run and capture a lot of belts. So, I'm still gonna stick with Takeshita.
I also stick with Takeshita because I think that's his time. And if you want to build Don Callis school bus up to having many belts, right here you go. Give that title to Takeshita. We got the AEW Women's World title. Best 2 out of 3 falls match. We got Tekla versus Chris Statlander. Who do you got?
Well, my pick's going to be the same, both as a fan and for the story purposes. I don't think Thekla's been a great women's champion, and I don't really like that she uses Sky Blue and Julia Hart to just like it's. I liked it better when they were kind of a trio working together in tandem. Now it seems like they're her puppets or her henchmen, and Thekla's supposed to be, it's one of those stables where Thekla's the champion and the other 2 girls do what they can to make sure that Thekla's the champion.
That's
So
right.
I'm not really a fan of that. And I don't think Thekla's been a strong women's champion. I think there are several other women deserving of the reign who will bring more to it and bring more hype to the championship and to these types of matches. And I do think that Chris Statlander is one of those women. So, and it being a 2 out of 3 falls match, I think Chris Statlander wins this match.
That's a good choice right there. I can't agree more because Tekla has not been making the championship look good. She's had it for a while now.
Yeah.
But when you think of AEW Women's Champion, you can't really think of her until you actually see that she's holding it. So
I was watching AEW the other night, watching episodes, and I remember I saw her with the belt. I said, "Oh yeah, she's the women's champion."
And I think that it was bad that they had her win the title so close, and they did not even think it through. Because if they had just built her up more, maybe I could have bought her as being a champion. But instead, they threw it onto her right away.
Trying to put her over. Tony Khan likes to do that. He likes to use the belts to try and put people over sometimes. He does.
That's right. Andrew?
I got to go with this Statlander chick. Because isn't she the one that beat Tony Storm for the belt some time ago?
Yeah, I think Statlander beat Tony Storm, and then Thekla beat Statlander. So this would be a perfect way to then set up the rubber match
Yeah.
You know, Thekla wins a match. Now, Statlander wins a match. It sets you up to have a third match.
That's
Even though
right.
this one is a 2 out of 3 falls match, so it's
Yep.
and I'm a fan of 2 out of 3 falls match, and that the women are putting it on. That is the match I expect to steal the show. That's what I'm doing.
As
I've
it
been waiting
should.
this whole card to say that this is the match that's going to steal the show. The women's match. I know I'm not a big Thekla fan, but this match is set up to steal the show. If they can both do it, Thekla and Statlander. I'd much rather see Britt Baker and Statlander. I think they could bring the house down, but Britt Baker's not on the roster right now.
That's
But
right.
Thekla and Statlander have a chance to be one of the best matches on the card if they go out there and put it all on the line.
Man, I think you're right. Thekla, even though we don't like seeing her as champion right now, she can wrestle.
Yes, she
If
can.
given a chance.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can. And so can Statlander. They can beat that, and they are both capable of beating the crap out of each other in a 2 out of 3 falls match. So
That's a
that is-
5-star match waiting to happen.
yeah, that's the one that can steal the show.
And now we have arrived to the one that we've been talking about off air. The one with the Texas Deathmatch stipulation. We got the AEW World Championship being defended by MJF against Hangman Adam Page.
Who also has a stipulation that if he doesn't win, he won't challenge for the AEW Championship again. So let's talk about that for a second, because
Isn't this like a Texas death match or something too?
Yeah, it's the Texas death match. Yeah, it's a Texas death match, and it's for the title. And if Hangman Adam Page doesn't win, then he won't challenge for the title ever again, or while he has it, or some stupid nonsense. Stop doing that. We don't want to see people who can't challenge for the title. One of the things AEW has going for it is that on any Dynamite, you could see anybody going after the title. They're very WCW when they do that, where they can just put a random match together and this person goes after the title. They just did it. It was Bandito, right? Went
Yep.
after MJF just a couple weeks ago. How would you? I never would have thought I'd turn on Dynamite to see Bandito getting a title shot against MJF. So, like, I don't like that. I don't like that where, oh, I don't win, I'll never challenge again. I don't want that. Stop doing it.
And not to mention, that was also something that was put on Cody Rhodes back when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cody was the dumbass that did him to himself this time.
Yep.
This is someone else that's likely
And
doing
then it got pigeonholed that way.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. That also because you took Adam Page out of Jet Speed, so there's no more Jet Speed Rodeo. So you had him drop the trios title. So if he doesn't win this, I don't know what's going on with him.
Exactly.
So
you know, when they did put the belt back on MJF, I was kind of surprised because I thought that Samoa Joe would be afforded a longer reign.
I thought he'd have it for a little longer too. But listen, I'm an MJF fan. So as a fan, I want to see MJF win.
Me too.
I'm a huge MJF fan. So I want to see him win and keep the belt because I think he is a great champion. And,
yes, he is.
I love his mic skills. I love hating him. But if Adam Page loses this, if Hangman loses this, I don't know what he does. So I think from the storyline purposes, I think Hangman Adam Page has to. No, of course he's not going to win this. What am I saying? No.
Yeah.
It's going to be MJF. It doesn't matter. Storyline or as a fan, MJF's going to win this, and they're going to run stupid story. They're going to run the stupid storyline where Hangman Adam Page can't challenge for the title for whatever the reason is, whatever the payoff that none of us are going to want to see anyway. We'll have to see what the payoff is, but
exactly.
I'm not a fan of it. But yeah, I think MJF wins across the board.
I think MJF wins across the board as well because even though they got this storyline where I'm supposed to care if Adam Page can no longer challenge for the title, I'm thinking to myself, why would you have that stipulation to begin with? Why couldn't it have just been a regular Texas death match? He can lose, and then down the line, maybe inside the future, he can defend for the title. But no, they expect me to care that if MJF beats this man, I should care that this man is no longer going to be able to face for the title.
Yeah, because of course he is someday, right?
Yeah, because
in 6 to 8 months, he'll be back in the world title picture.
Yeah, because think about it. They expect you to remember that he's out of the title picture, but they're just going to forget themselves and have him face him for the title later on. Who you got, Andrew?
I guess I got to go with MJF. I like his mic skills. I saw part of that that thing that they had the other night, that press conference, which was
Yeah.
totally dumb.
Yeah.
Everything all
WWE's
around
doing
it.
it too.
What?
WWE's doing those press conferences.
Yep.
And stuff
Not
too.
like they did the other night. That was totally backstage, and the crowd was booing and everything because it wasn't out in the field.
Yeah.
It just
And pretty much, they
And
were
then
doing
that
working
reverse-
punches.
reverse
want
tombstone that the guy did.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. Make it look good, guys. Gee whiz. So I was
Also-
highly disappointed when I watched that.
Also,
Yeah.
think about this. They had MJF and Adam Page start swinging at each other, but you could tell there's working punches. They want me to believe that these guys were hauling off on each other for real.
Yep.
Why not have it looking real? Instead,
you're
it
right.
looked like just normal show.
So I mean, I wasn't too pleased with that, but I got to go with MJF because, like JD says, he's excellent on the mic, great mic skills, and as long as he doesn't get too goofy, he makes an excellent heel champion.
Yes, he does.
As long as he doesn't get too
Also,
goofy.
Triple B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So MJF, I think, across the board there. So,
Yep.
and overall, I expect this to be, there are some really great matches. If you're an AEW fan, I think some of these matches are going to be really great. And I wish I was doing a watch along for it, but I'm not going to put that together that fast. So maybe in April, maybe AEW's pay-per-view in April, I'll do a watch along. But
So what happened to my boy, Tommaso Ciampa?
Tommaso Ciampa, he's on the undercard
You know,
or the pre-show, which I don't have in front of me at the moment. Why don't I have that in front of me?
You
Man,
know-
they screwed him big time. He comes back his first match, he wins the champion. A week later, loses it. That was dumb.
that
They're going to build something with that between him and dude for the TBS title.
I gotta say though, that kind of annoyed the fuck out of me because how you gonna have this guy debut, stake his claim to a TNT title, go and win the TNT title that Saturday, and then that Wednesday after he loses it right after.
It made no
basically
sense.
Momentum.
No, it
Made
didn't
no
make sense to
sense.
me either. I was really disappointed in it. Because I didn't know that much about Tommaso Ciampa. And like, can we collectively, guys, what is his last name and how do you pronounce it?
Ciampa. I always thought
Ciampa?
Ciampa.
Ciampa? Ciampa? Ciampa?
Ciampa. Like
Ciampa.
chomp.
Ciampa.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three of us can agree that his name is Tommaso Ciampa, and that's how
That's
it's
I always
pronounced.
thought. Yeah.
The Muscle
Okay,
Chomp.
well, let's something AEW can work on, because I don't like always talking about negative stuff, but AEW is not a perfect company. So one of the things I suggest you do, AEW, is to get all your freaking commentators and ring announcers to pronounce a man by the same name. Okay, I don't want to hear Tommaso Ciampa and then hear Tommaso Ciampa, and then on the next show hear Tommaso Ciampa, and then on the next show here Tommaso Ciampa. I don't want to hear 4 different variations on how to pronounce his name. I want to know how to pronounce the man's name.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
figure
I don't
that
know
out.
how he is in AEW, but in WWE, he was extremely underrated. They did
Yes,
not
he
use him
was.
at all like they should have. Not
Yeah,
even
and I
close.
think I love him in AEW. Like I didn't get to see, I don't know anything about his WWE run, but I've liked his debut and everything so far in AEW. I like
He's
everything
good.
that's been
He's
going on.
good.
His NXT run was good, but his
Yep.
main roster run, they kind of dropped the ball on it. And after he shaved his beard, that's when they stopped doing anything with him.
Hey, I'm on a different side now. Look at that. Hey,
You know what? You guys
it's
can
fine.
say-
It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry
guys can
about
say
it.
that. I'm done switching it back and forth.
Don't worry about it, dude.
I don't know why it's doing that either. Crazy StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard does that sometimes.
But anyway, yeah. Tommaso Ciampa is. I hope he does some good things. I don't like that he lost the TBS title right after winning it. I love his music. I love his whole kind of character, and I want to see him wreck some people.
Also, if you're going to bring him in to be the Psycho Killer, which is what he was calling himself in NXT, why would you have him lose right after he wins TNT title? That's
Exactly.
given time to let him knock it out of the park. He could have built himself up to the AEW championship using that title. But what they do, like, nah, you know what? This Wednesday you're losing the title. Hey,
the reason they put it on him in the first place is because they wanted Tomas, and I'll give this to AEW. Of course, he should have had a longer reign. We all agree to that.
Yeah.
But what they did want was to be able to say that Tommaso Ciampa did something that no one else in AEW has done, and that's win a title on his debut match.
Yeah.
That's why he won the title. They just didn't give him a long enough reign. I don't know who in the back thought a week was good, was a long enough reign, but the TBS title, it look at the history of the TBS title. It is the hot potato of AEW.
That's right.
Or the TNT. I keep calling it the TBS. The TBS title for the women. The TNT title is for the men. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So, but the TNT title is the hot potato for AEW. Everybody's been champion. Sammy Guevara, who's now just finally making his comeback. Was already, I think, was a 4-time TBS champion.
It's funny because it ain't really had a good long reign. It's had hot potato after hot potato now. The last good one I can think of that held it long was Brody Lee. And then the rest of them just kept on losing and losing, winning and winning.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a shame, Brody Lee. I would have loved to have seen his run in AEW and what he was going to do. Because that just killed that whole thing just killed the whole what was their stable name that I'm totally drawing
The Dark Order.
The Dark Order, yes, thank you, Johnny Lee. The Dark Order was going to be a great faction. And that just killed all of their momentum.
Sure did, because after that, it's like the Dark Order start losing and losing.
Well, you can't. It's hard to say. Listen, when you lose your friend and you want to pay respect to your friend, it is kind of hard to say the Dark Order that they were doing. They were building a cult, essentially, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's what they were doing. They were building a cult. It's hard to keep the cult going when the leader's gone.
That's true. And then
Yep.
afterwards, you had nobody to really help the faction, so they just became one of those jobber squads.
Yep.
Which was sad to see, because by that point, you start losing some core members. You only had really Evil Uno being the main guy there.
Yeah.
Trying to do talking, but he wasn't as
John
good.
Silver, Evil Uno, John Silver, and I can't remember the third guy.
I can't remember him either.
Yeah. I'm totally drawing a blank. As soon as I hear it, I'll kick myself in the butt. But anyway, yeah. So that's the card. I think it's going to be a good card. I'm going to definitely, hopefully get a chance to watch it. Tune in, leave a comment. Thanks for those who tuned in, especially the Sloans. Thank you very much. And Jackson Pride for leaving a comment. I appreciate you guys tuning in and participating in the show. I'll keep everyone posted on the next call for the bell. Won't be at least for 2 weeks. So I'll keep you all posted on when we do the next prediction show and when we're going to go live again. And our Mania coverage we're going to be doing with Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, though. So make sure you also go check them out as well.
That's right.
Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc. Go check out the Sloans. Go check out the Nice Guy Andy podcast crew. Go check out Superfly Johnny Lee. Go check out Andrew Paletto and watch some Popcorn and Whiskey. He's also got Top Fitness Strategies, which is also another great show, especially if you're interested in health. So go check them all out and tell them Mayhem Media sent you. Andrew, any final words from you, buddy?
No, I probably won't watch. I might tune in for a little bit of it, the show on Sunday night, but I don't know if I can sit through 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours of this stuff. I don't know. It's hard enough to do 3 hours with the WWE, and I watch the WWE, so that long for something I don't watch, I don't know. But
10 matches. Some of these matches will be 10 or 15. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 of these matches will be one of what they call 10 or 15 minute banger matches.
I want to see the last one, the MJF match, but I don't know if I'm going to tune in for that one or not.
Yeah, we'll have to see how late they go. AEW does go late on their pay-per-view sometimes.
They do.
Yeah.
Sometimes the last 3 matches become the longest ones.
Well, we are going to close this episode out. Thank you, Johnny Lee, for guest hosting. Thank you, Andrew, for providing the color. I am the Razor Ramon of podcasting, the bad guy, JD. Until next time, that's the end.
That's right.